All right, Two of Hearts. What's platinum? Two of Hearts is a union partnership. It's also known as the love affair card. So when you have this card in your chart, it means that there's some sort of a desire for a switch up in your relationship, or there could be some sort of, energies that are entering into your connection. Or if you're single, it could mean the start of a union or partnership, and if you're fully committed, it just could mean that you want more, I don't know, like a spark or something like that in your existing relationship. But regardless of that, if you're a Two of Hearts person, this would be for you. So Two of Hearts people are part of this special family of cards. There's 7 cards. Again, remember I said that spiritual 7, right? There's 7 cards that don't operate like the 46 other cards, okay? So, and that's the Two of Hearts, Ace of Clubs, 7 of Diamonds, 7 of Diamonds, 9 of Hearts, and the 8 of Clubs, the Jack of Hearts, and the King of Spades. The Jack of Hearts, the King of Spades, and the 8 of Clubs, they're all fixed, meaning in the other realm, whatever you want to call that, the spiritual realm or whatever, they're in the same exact position planetarily as they are in this realm, this earth realm, the confusion realm. But regardless, you have the Two of Hearts, which are semi-fixed, okay? They're not fully fixed like the 8 of Clubs or the Jack of Hearts or the King of Spades, but they are semi-fixed. And what that adds to is that means that there's nobody else that is going to manipulate their mind. Their mindset is set, and they're not responding to any external manipulation. You are not likely going to get them to change their mind. Their mindset changes from internally. The Two of Hearts is, by all means, they want to experience a union, a partnership, and they are willing to wait, not their entire lifetime, but if they have to, they're willing to wait longer than average for that right person to come along. A lot of times they want to associate with someone of means, someone of power, someone who has money, which is why you can kind of sometimes find Two of Hearts women with like way, way older men, because they want that financial security. Because they're Two of Hearts people, the financial element of their life can kind of inhibit their health, even if they're spending too much time worrying about it. And it's really not wise to worry about finances. Finances come up, they go down. It's just the way that life works. It's kind of like lungs. Sometimes you have money, sometimes you don't. And even with people with money, sometimes they care about their money and sometimes they don't. And so, more money, more problems, right? Anyway, so Two of Hearts people, they are here to experience life through a connection and union in a partnership deeply with another person. They want that experience above all else, and they're willing to sacrifice and wait. The other thing is they have the ability to create, they have really, really powerful minds, and they have the ability to amass a considerable amount of knowledge, and they within them have very sharp and perceptive, the intuitive ability to perceive the world around them and express themselves in a very unique way. It's almost like they're aliens, so to speak. Two of Hearts people, I don't know if you can relate to this, but they kind of feel like people are all walking around them. They're standing in a field and everyone's going all around them and jumping, and there's freaking hot air balloons going. There's kids playing, dancing. There's people playing sports, and they're just kind of like, what the hell is going on? That's kind of like the theme for their lives. Like we're standing in a train station and everybody has a destination and a specific route to go. And they're just kind of like, okay, where's my other person? Like sitting there. So that's kind of like the Two of Hearts energy, so to speak, where it's not of this world in a way. Cause like there's 46 other cards that are operating, we'll call them archetypes for now, that are operating differently than you are. But Two of Hearts people, or if you know Two of Hearts people, you'll know that they've always been a little bit different. They're kind of a little bit more stubborn than the average stubborn person, so to speak. Like there's stubborn people, then there's the semi-fixed cards, which are more stubborn than the average person. And don't even get me started on the fixed cards. Then they're stubborn. And this is not dealing with the typical fixed signs like Leo or Taurus or Scorpio or Aquarius. Those people are always obviously going to be stubborn regardless, but we're talking about a different level of stubborn. We're talking about their minds not being able to be manipulated or changed by anything other than their internal structure, and that's how they're built. They don't have a choice. Their stubborn nature is not, oh, I'm relating to my sun sign, so I'm stubborn. No, it's not that. It's like a deeper level of stubborn. It's like an exponentially larger stubborn that comes from a completely different source. The Capricornian element can add a little bit of shrewdness or a little bit of rigidity that you don't necessarily find in a lot of other people or a lot of other cards. The Two of Hearts specifically, it can work in their favor for them to sort of lighten up. Don't be so hard on yourself. Don't be so hard on those around you. Lighten up a bit. Once you lighten up a bit, you can kind of start experiencing the world in a way that's much more gratifying and much more almost fun. You can have this extra fun layer. You're going to get the experiences that require your rigidity, that require your tough, calculated, almost like a mental carapace that sort of is piercing the softer elements of life. You're gonna have use for that, but don't let it consume you. Don't let that sort of mentality override everything else that you experience on a day-to-day basis. Because once you lighten up, once you have fun, if you don't have anyone else, that person is going to magically enter your life, because that rigidity that you have, that fixed nature that you have, is in direct correlation with why you haven't necessarily found that person. If you have found that person, to keep them, lighten up, have fun, like make sure that you incorporate elements of the partnership that you're here to experience. Make sure you incorporate elements of that give and take. And again, the union is the most sacred element of your makeup, because that's just how you operate. You operate as Two of Hearts. And also, don't be so impressed by someone's resume. Be more impressed by their character, because I see a lot of Two of Hearts, women especially, getting into this relationship because it's meeting their financial security, it's meeting their fears, it's resolving their fears of not having, it's giving them that quote unquote partnership that they want. However, it didn't fulfill, their true desire of like emotional connection and union with the other person. And what that ends up resulting in is ultimately pain later on in life. They were impressed by the resume. They were impressed by the person's money, or they were impressed by the person's power or status, or their TikTok follower count, or whatever the hell they were impressed with. And then all of a sudden they realized, oh, okay, so this Bentley that this man picked me up in is the only thing he really ended up caring about, and then it takes them years to find out this. And so you want to make sure that be more impressed with their character than their resume. And that's something that I would say for the Two of Hearts to apply to your life. Because if you can wait for that magical moment to come, for your relationship to manifest itself, you're going to get that right person, and you're going to have the financial security, the emotional support, the union and partnership that you craved, but also that love that is necessary to sustain a lengthy union and a lengthy partnership. So the Two of Hearts has to remember to give, okay? Because it's not all about receiving. Everything, like relationships, are give and take. You got to remember to give, because you can become mercenary. I mean, people that go into like the CIA, they go into like the Secret Service. A lot of them, they some of them have Two of Hearts brains, Two of Hearts minds. Like these people, can be very mercenary in their thinking, very, very shrewd in thought and in their thought, and calculated. Lighten up, but also remember to give. That's what I wanted to say. Yeah, Two Hearts. There we go. Yeah, man. Subscribe or something like that. It's funny.